if someone is a patient though, let's say, if someone's like you and Ben and other are getting healing, how do you kind of pitch this to them? Because they could be saying, listen, I'm not ready for the big hikes. I'm not ready maybe to really throw myself into a situation that is true wilderness. Like, what would you say to them to kind of appease them?
Well, for Retreats Alaska, one thing we wanted to focus on was it's like a choose your own adventure style for people. So that's why we offer, a list of different retreats for people. We have our retreats that all you got to do is hop on a boat, take a boat out to a private island. And here we are in the middle of Kachemak Bay. We're in this, beautiful chalet. We've got acres and acres of, private land to just, spend your time focusing on the mind, body, and soul, which is what, these retreats are really about. The mind portion, meaning, we're able to really focus on our emotions and, connect with these people, these strangers as we see them when we first gather there. These are all strangers. The body portion, which is, working with sound healing and practicing yoga each day, or whether it be, taking guided hikes or pack rafting, or if you're coming on the running retreat and we're getting out on the trail each day, that's the body portion. And we're able to allow people to really push themselves physically. And by pushing yourself physically, you're able to really discover so many more new things about yourself, emotionally, spiritually, and push through boundaries that you never knew you really could push through. And that what lies on the other side can be, this part of this journey of self-discovery. And then there's the soul aspect of it, which is, the deep conversational connections that you have when you're on retreats and you're getting to know these individuals that are out there with you, and you're in this safe place out in nature, on an island or next to a glacier, and you're waking up every day with this like crisp, clean morning air, and you're able to spend time with these people and really dive into yourself and to creating these connections with others.
Yeah. And reconnecting to your purpose. Why are you there? And as far as like, we tailored our backcountry retreat even. So like me, I'm still healing. Like it is a process. Like I can do big hikes and I pay for them still, but like I'm pushing myself through, but I also have boundaries that and so just like you experienced with the retreat this summer, during our day, like when we're out on backpacking retreats, we offer these excursions. Some of them are quite intense. Like Casper, intensity of that one. I know. And you also noticed that I stayed back at base camp and did more of like the meditation and sound healing and like, getting things, we do a lot of other healing modalities and conversations when, so people have the option to like, if they think they can make the first 3-mile hike in, which actually, so this you got to experience, we got dropped off on the back end of the trail. So you had to go hiking up straight up. So that was a little bit more of an intense than what are but that's the thing. That's also part of
the excitement of being in the Alaska backcountry.
Absolutely. You never know. Like, so the story behind that, we had the waves were too big for us to get dropped off at the beach that we normally would. So we had to take a separate trail back. So, but typically those hikes they're still pretty short. But, so we do, like, if people have questions, like if they are healing from something, we offer like one-on-one consultations with folks to see like if their health might be, if they aren't ready for this hike, or if they're not ready for this retreat, then they can attend this other retreat. So that we do have those options. And both, I'm an RN and Ben's a wilderness first responder. So we do have like us, and for all of our backcountry and all these excursions, we do have our SOS devices and our GPS phones and things like that, so that we can always access help if we need it. but we're very, we try to create really supportive environments from, both physically supported, emotionally supported, and just helping people just feel really comfortable with the whole experience.
Yeah. Part of, people who are interested in these retreats is like, we really try to spend time before the retreats, kind of building a relationship with everybody, and having like pre-retreat coaching services, and, opening ourselves up to any questions people have, and, spending time like actually trying to coach people on, if you are interested in the backcountry retreats, we can spend time guiding you through personal choices on what type of gear you might need, what sort of situations might arise while we're out there. We have all of these conversations, and we want people to, hopefully, especially for this backcountry retreat, we encourage people to outfit themselves. And so that's why we have these pre-coaching sessions. And I like to share my knowledge on that kind of stuff with people. And we want people to get themselves back out into nature after our retreat. So if you're able to really outfit yourself as well, as you can prior to coming, that's excellent, because we encourage you to get back out in nature again. And hopefully by attending these retreats, that desire is going to really be sparked in you, and you're going to want to do it again and again. And so for people who, might be going through your clinic and they're transitioning themselves out of that, and they're feeling healthy, and they're feeling like, they're leaving that sort of portion of their life behind, the clinic environment, and that now they're looking for more after that, like, this is really the opportunity to, look at, and to actually really feel like you can take that next step and, push yourself a little bit farther, if you're so desire to do that.
Yeah. One of the things I found really unique during it, and you mentioned this just before, is that you had body, mind, and spirit addressed at the same time. Usually you do them separately, right? And that's how most of medicine also approaches. I remember I used to distribute alchemical medicines from Germany, which are like called spagyric medicines. They're basically these formulations based off Paracelsus work that impact both the body, mind, and spirit at the same time. They do it through distillation, maceration, all these different ways, and using plants, herbs, essential oils, everything to impact you on those three levels. And what I learned from all the experts was that you could go one at a time. You could go on your long hikes, and that's it, and really push your body. You could then go into your emotional groups and talk, and all those, like, family constellation therapy, all this and that. That's great. And then you could go on the spiritual side, really connect with something deeper, find, uplift your consciousness levels, all that. But it's a much longer process. When you do them at the same time, you get a synergy. And that's why in like 3 or 4 days, you could have such breakthroughs. Yeah. And like you said, for me, I've done a lot of spiritual work, but it still was very, very good to be there. And then I went on that hike on the Alpine Ridge that kicked my ass, and that was great. That really like pushed me. And I remember getting up there and being like looking over the bay. And it was, remember, the wild blueberries were up there. We had that little lake up there that was freezing that I jumped in, and like feeling so good and so alive after I pushed myself so hard to get up there. But that's kind of it. It's like you just go where you can, and all three are there available to you. So if you don't want to go on that long hike and you're not looking to push yourself because you just got done with medical treatment, that's fine. Connect with nature more, sit around and talk, go through the sound healing, go through everything else. Take a slow walk right along the bay as you watch these 20,000-year-old, pieces of ice floating in the water. It's just like, you have your options to do that, but all three will hit you, and you will leave a changed person because of that.
Yeah, you want the adventure and the physical experience. Ben is your go-to. And along the way you have amazing conversations and soulful, and Ben is also going to be he's going through some training for mindfulness and meditation. So he's adding that to his repertoire too.
Very nice.
He'll have even more to add. And then if you just want to like talk deep stuff and like be chill, like that's me, that's mine. You'll be with me and I will, we got plenty to do.
These retreats are in a big way, like my opportunity for growth, and the reason a lot of the reason why I do this is so that I can remain on this path of authenticity and growth and this journey that I've, decided is like the only path for me anymore. And if we can bring people along with that, I just want people to know that we're here to provide this place, this space for you to also find out what may help you uncover this new, what am I trying to say? Like this new desire, new passion in yourself. That's why I do this a lot is for me, and to help this growth continue in myself.